Welcome to part 2 of plant nutrition. So in this part we're just going to start a leaf, and we're going to start with the external structure of a leaf. So these are the main parts of a leaf. And by the way, for those who are preparing for labs, or those, of course, all of you are going to do labs, this is the perfect way to do labels. Make sure that lines are not crossing each other like this. This is very neat, and they are all on the same side. And we'll have a separate topic where we're going to discuss techniques that you need to have before doing labs. So this is how these are the important structures or parts of the leaf. We've got the leaf apex here, we've got the veins here, then we've got the midrib, this thick rib here, then we've got these which are called lamina, leaf lamina. So we have leaf lamina here, leaf lamina, but they are all bordered by veins. Then we have the leaf margin, which is just the like the boundary of a leaf. Then here we've got the leaf stalk or the petiole. So let's let's discuss the functions of each of the parts, and also the features that allows the some of these parts to do their functions. Biology is all about features and function. Like what features does this part have for it to do this function? So that's how it is in biology. That's like the philosophy of biology. So I'm going to start with the apex, which is here. So the apex is where water on the surface of the leaf accumulates and helps in draining the leaf. So if there is water here, maybe after raining, the water is going to go down to the apex and it will accumulate, then it will drop. So the apex is where water on the surface of the leaf accumulates and helps in draining the leaf. Two, we have got the midrib, this, and also the veins. So the midrib and vein network carry manufactured substances away from the leaf and water and mineral source to the leaf. So the midrib and the veins, they have phloem and xylem vessels, meaning that using xylem vessels, they bring water to the leaf, and also they carry food that has been manufactured in the leaf away from the leaf. Remember, photosynthesis occurs in the leaf. So once food is made during the process of photosynthesis, the food is carried away using the midrib and the network of veins. The third is the leaf blade or lamina, which is this here. So the leaf blade or lamina is thin. So these ones are very thin, as we know, but they've got a large surface area, which increases the amount of sunlight absorbed for photosynthesis and diffusion of carbon dioxide and oxygen. So this large surface area makes sure that sunlight is trapped here, and also oxygen and carbon dioxide are able to diffuse in the leaf. The carbon dioxide from the external environment gets into the leaf to do the process of photosynthesis, and the oxygen after the process of photosynthesis comes out of the leaf. So that's why these have got large surface areas. Then we're going to look at the leaf stalk, the leaf margin. No, it has for now. It also helps in draining the leaf, but we're not going to take a look to discuss it in details. Yeah, we'll go to the leaf stalk or the petiole, which is this here. So the leaf stalk or petiole holds the leaf away from the stem so that the leaf can get more sunlight. So this keeps the leaf away from the stem so that whenever there's the sunlight can reach the leaf, not the shadows of the stem. So this is the function of the leaf stalk or the petiole. Then we're going to take a look at the internal structure of the leaf. So this is the internal part. What we're looking at was the external, but this is now the internal. If you cut the leaf, this is what you're going to see. So on top of the leaf here, we can see this to be like the leaf blade, like the skin of the leaf. But now that we're looking at the internal structure, this part is called the upper epidermis. Upper epidermis. Epi means outer and dermis means skin. So epidermis means outer skin. So this is the upper epidermis here. Then the upper epidermis has got a wax cuticle. So it has got a layer of wax covering it, which is called the wax cuticle. Then we also have the palisade marsupial cells. You remember when we were looking at adaptation of cells to their functions, we talked about these cells. So these cells are always like this, vertical. They are not horizontal, they are vertical. This allows them to make sure that most of the chloroplasts inside them are exposed to the sun, but we're going to discuss that. Yes, so we have got the palisade marsupial cells. Then also we have got these ones, which are the vascular bundle. So vascular bundle is a collective name given to the xylem and the phloem cells. I mean xylem and phloem tissues. Xylem, remember, is carrying its function is to carry water from the roots to the upper parts of the plant, water and mineral salts, of course, and the phloem is to carry manufactured food from the leaf to the parts where the food is needed. So this is the function of the xylem and phloem, and they are all here. So other than that, we have the spongy mesophil, which are these ones here, and they have got spaces in between them, and we're going to study the importance of these spaces. Then we have got the lower epidermis. This is the upper epidermis, this is the lower epidermis, and we have got gut cells and stomata on the lower epidermis. This is going to become very important, especially when we are looking at processes such as transpiration later. With that being said, let's take a look at the functions of each part. So we're going to start with the upper epidermis, which I say that it has the cuticle. The function of the cuticle is to protect the epidermis and prevent excess water loss through evaporation. So this wax cuticle prevents the excess of water loss through evaporation. So this part is also transparent to allow sunlight to pass through. Epidermal cells contain no chloroplasts. So these epidermal cells, they do not contain any chloroplasts, so photosynthesis doesn't take place here, but they make sure that they allow sunlight to penetrate so that it reaches these cells here, which are the palisade mesophil cell. Then the second is the spongy mesophil. The sponge mesophil is this, of course. The sponge mesophil has intercellular air spaces. So it has these air spaces between cells. Intercellular means between cells. So intercellular air spaces around them to allow for fast diffusion of carbon dioxide, which enters the leaf through the stomata. So once carbon dioxide enters the leaf through the stomata, these intercellular spaces allow for fast diffusion. Then we also have the vascular bundle here, xylem and phloem. Of course, this brings the transport tissue into close contact with the photosynthetic tissue. So they make sure that the vascular band makes sure that the xylem and phloem are in close contact with the photosynthetic tissue, so that water is provided, and of course manufactured food is taken away from the palisade mesophil. Then on the bottom we have the lower epidermis. What does the lower epidermis do? So the lower epidermis also has wax cuticle. The cuticle also protects the epidermis. Its function, of course, is to regulate gaseous exchange and to help prevent water loss through stomata. Of course, there's one part which I did not mention, which is at the palisade mesophil. This is where actually photosynthesis takes place. That's why they have a lot of chloroplasts, and they're arranged like this to make sure that they trap more sunlight and more photosynthesis takes place. Then we also have gut cells. So gut cells are here. This is a gut cell and this is a gut cell, which just control the opening and closing of the stomata. This has to be controlled to ensure that water, oxygen, carbon dioxide levels are in balance, to make sure that there is enough carbon dioxide inside and all the oxygen is taken outside, and also the water level should be balanced to avoid the drying out of the leaf. So here are some ways in which plants are adapted, or sorry, leaves are specifically adapted for photosynthesis. First, they have thin lamina for easy penetration of light. So most of these things we have discussed them, but I've put them together here just to emphasize. So they have a thin lamina for easy penetration of light. Remember the lamina on the external structure of a leaf. They have large surface area to capture as much light as possible. The leaf blade, they have a large surface area to capture as much light as possible. Third, there is a presence of vascular bundles near the photosynthetic tissue to supply the leaf with water, which is the xylem which does this, and to transport end products of photosynthesis, the phloem, that's the one that does this. 4. The presence of stomata for entry of carbon dioxide and exit of oxygen and water. We need carbon dioxide to be getting it for photosynthesis to occur, and we need oxygen and water to be getting out, since oxygen is an end product and water is just to balance the osmotic levels of a cell or of a leaf. Also, there is the presence of chloroplasts to absorb light energy for photosynthesis. The highest concentration of chloroplasts is found in the polysod cells, and then followed by the sponge cells, and finally gut cells. Epidermis cells don't have chloroplasts. So this is how leaves are adapted to the process of photosynthesis, and this marks the end of plant nutrition. Hope you have enjoyed. Happy solving.